Hello everyone, how are you doing today? Today I bring to you a very thrilling story. Please grab a seat and listen. It was the sound of the cries that still haunt me. The way the blood stained the earth, not just from the violence, but from the wrongness of it all. I never thought I would see a man so broken, so filled with rage, that he could become something else. It happened in the village of Kafuko, a place where the land was rich and the people simple but good. I remember it well, from the dry wind that day to the heat pressing down on us as we all stood in the village square, watching in silence. The man was called Kofi. He was just an ordinary man, a farmer with a wife and 2 children. But that morning, everything changed. A rumor spread like wildfire through Kafuko. They said Kofi's family had been cursed, that they were responsible for the recent sickness that had struck the village. People were dying, and fear made even the kindest of hearts turn cold. The elders called a meeting, and it was there, in the middle of that dusty square, that Kofi's life began to shatter. I remember the look on his face as the elders condemned him. They accused him of witchcraft, claiming his family had brought the curse upon us. No one stood to defend him, not even his own brothers. In that moment, Kofi's world fell apart. His family, his wife and children were dragged from their home, beaten, and left to die in the wilderness. Kofi, unable to save them, was thrown into a dark pit. The village, filled with fear and distrust, turned its back on him. Days went by and the sickness continued to spread, but it was Kofi's absence that troubled me more than anything. Then, one night, after what felt like endless weeks, something changed. It started with the whispers, the strange noises in the night, like the wind was speaking in a language we could not understand. People began disappearing, one by one. First, the elders, the ones who had condemned Kofi. Then others, friends, neighbors, people who had turned their backs on him. Their bodies were found in the morning, their faces twisted in horror, eyes wide with terror. Some said it was the spirits of Kofi's family returning for revenge. Others whispered that it was Kofi himself, risen from the darkness, transformed by the pain and grief that had been forced upon him. I don't know what happened to him, but I do know this: every night when the wind howled through the trees, I could hear his voice calling out from the shadows. It was a voice filled with rage. It sounded like a man who had lost everything and was willing to do anything to make the world feel his pain. And then one night, when the village was quiet, Kofi returned. I saw him standing at the edge of the square, his face no longer the face of the man I once knew. His eyes were empty, hollow, like something was missing from his soul. He didn't speak. He didn't need to. We all knew what had happened to him, what had been taken from him. The people who had wronged him, the ones who had called him a witch, they all paid the price. No one was spared. Kofi made sure of it. One by one, they were taken, their screams swallowed by the night. When the sun rose the next morning, the village of Kafuko was no more. I left soon after that. I couldn't stay. I could still hear Kofi's voice in my dreams, calling, waiting for those who had wronged him to feel the pain he had felt. I knew deep down that Kofi wasn't just a man anymore. He had become something else, something beyond death. And to this day, I still hear the whispers in the wind, the cries of those who dared to make a man a monster. Did you enjoy the story? Follow me for more as we enjoy life thrills together. I will be back again for another story